Welcome to Global One Media Stocks to Watch. I'm Michael Swido. I'm speaking today with Harry Chu. He's the CEO and president of Arctic Fox Lithium. Harry, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael.
Great to talk to you again. It's been quite a while since we last chatted, about 4 months. And since that time, the market for lithium and lithium-related stocks has come under a lot of pressure. After skyrocketing in 2021 and 2022, lithium prices took a nosedive in 2023. They dropped more than 80%. Harry, why do you think that is?
I mean, there's pressure. I mean, the Chinese have curtailed the EV market. Their demand, worldwide demand, has gone down. They've kept everything in house. I think EV prices for cars have gone to a point where not everybody's buying it at this point in time. So I think those things and the oversupply of lithium in the market right now has kind of caused, I think, a ripple effect all the way down. I'm not going to say it's panic selling, but there's a lot of panic selling, and people are just kind of putting everything on hold in terms of lithium space. I mean, it was trading at 80,000 US per ton just over a year ago. Now it's trading around 13,000 US per ton. So I mean, that's a huge difference in terms of the price. So I think the overall market sentiment is that there's some nervousness, and the transition from what we call gas cars to EV cars is not. I don't think everybody's buying into it. I bought into it, but not everybody's buying into that yet.
Yeah, definitely there has been some nervousness, as you say, in the market, and there is a supply glut. Some analysts say that high interest rates have hurt the demand for electric vehicles, which of course in turn affects demand for lithium. Goldman Sachs expects the lithium market will bottom out in 2025. Other analysts are more bullish. Either way, while the current price of lithium may impact investor sentiment, your company, Arctic Fox Lithium, is a mining exploration company. You're not actually mining this year. Presumably, you're more interested in the price of lithium a couple years out from now. So tell us, what are your projections for demand and prices going forward?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly right. I mean, Arctic Fox says, we're an exploration company. We're here to delineate an asset, build an asset, and at a future point in time, sell the asset. So the price, even though lithium's at low, all-time low right now, uh, we're concerned, but not concerned, because our exit strategies a year and a half, 2, maybe 3 years down the road, where we're able to build up an asset sufficient enough that at that point in time, lithium prices, I think, will recover to a point where it's economically feasible for larger companies to come in and take on an asset like what we're hoping to build.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the demand for electric vehicles definitely certain to rise. I mean, I think just everyone sees that happening, and that in turn, I would imagine, would be good for lithium prices. So, while it's not great now, I think when you are coming in line a couple years from now, the market will have bounced back. But
yeah,
that's not just me. That's Goldman Sachs as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, let's take a step back and take a look at Arctic Fox Lithium's business now. We're at the beginning of a new year, so it's always a good time to take stock of things. Your company has 3 major projects in the James Bay area of Quebec. You have 185 claims on nearly 9,800 hectares of land. And over the past year, you've completed something called the Phase 1 exploration program. What's the latest on the samples that you've identified?
Yeah, going back to the program, we were able to, I don't know if people have been following us, but we were able to complete that the first phase of our program in a very short period of time, when we were lucky simply because of the fire situation was out there, and also, the incoming weather. So we were able to collect just over 200 samples. We're expecting the balance of the assays to come in within the next 2 weeks. So keeping our fingers crossed that we'll have some good lithium values to put out in a press release and show our shareholders, current shareholders, as well as hopefully future shareholders, the value in our stock.
All right, well, stay tuned for that in the next fortnight or so. Still looking back at 2023, it was really an active year for your company. What are the biggest milestones that you and your colleagues are proud of?
Well, first and foremost, the acquisition of the 3 properties. I mean, the total number of claims we acquired were 185 claims, encompassing 9,788 hectares, 88 being a very lucky number for Chinese, as you know, and completing financing, both flow-through and non-flow-through financing of just under $2 million in a year, in a market that's been extremely difficult to raise capital. Plus, obviously, completing our Phase 1 program, which was first and foremost top of our list, and covering well over 300 line kilometers with our team on the ground, and getting that work done just before winter set in, which was great. So we're very happy with that, and And now we're just sitting back and waiting for the assays to come in. And as I said earlier, keeping our fingers crossed that we'll get some good values to show the market.
All right, so you mentioned that the size of your land, it ends with 88, which is a very lucky number for Chinese, and the Chinese New Year coming up quite soon. Tell us, what are your priorities for the new year? What's the roadmap look like?
Um, you know, assuming the assays come in like we're hoping, we'll be mapping out a detailed drilling program, which will hopefully come on stream somewhere in early part of Q3. Um, uh, so we're looking at drilling somewhere between 3,500 to 5,000 meters, and we're going to do a number of shallow holes just to kind of pinpoint where the lithium is, if it's there. And if it is, it'll be, we think it's near surface, so we'll be drilling holes somewhere between 75 to 200 meters each. So it gives us a lot of opportunities to find poke holes in areas where we have lithium values on the ground and hopefully come up with some good results.
So things are tight in the commodity sector right now. Do you have the resources that you need to move forward with these plans?
We're going to need to go to the market to raise some capital, but we're hoping on the strength of our results, keeping our fingers crossed again, that the market will get excited about what we have on the ground and be able to raise some capital to put some more money into the ground. And hopefully we'll do that within the next 2 to 3 months.
All right, well, speaking of raising capital, if we look at the stock market, shares of Arctic Fox Lithium have taken a big hit over the past 12 months. The stock has continued to come under selling pressure in the first couple of weeks of 2024, down more than 30% since the beginning of the month. I imagine you would think the stock is oversold. Tell us, what do you think it will take to convince investors of this?
I mean, Arctic Fox is no different from all the other lithium companies. I mean, they're all taking an extremely heavy hit in the market. I mean, it's when you look at PMET, Lyft, or any of these other bigger players, everybody's taking a hit. I mean, we think on Arctic Fox, the assets that we have, the land position we have, and hopefully the pending results that our stock is significantly undervalued. And we're hoping that once we release the results, that people will agree and hopefully be able to raise capital at a much higher price than what we're trading at right now.
All right, well, we wish you good luck with that. It's been really interesting to chat with you, to hear about your plans for the year ahead, to hear that drilling is going to be happening pretty soon. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We've been speaking with Arctic Fox Lithium CEO and President Harry Chu, and you've been watching Global One Media Stocks to Watch. I'm Michael Suedo.